The rocket fighter was a brief branch in the development history of the Air Force, mainly concentrated before and after World War II. Most military enthusiasts are more familiar with the rocket fighters of World War II Germany, such as the MiG I-270. In fact, the Soviet Union also had good development in this field at that time. The post-war appearance of the MiG I-270 was one of the products. Soviet rocket fighters can be traced back to the 1930s. The designer Sergei Korolev began designing the RP-318-1 in 1932. Of course, these studies were preliminary explorations, and success was still far away. During World War II, the Soviet Union's research and development obviously improved, and the reason for this was, of course, related to obtaining German technology. In 1946, the MiG I-270 rocket interceptor conducted gliding tests at the end of that year. The Soviet idea was very similar to that of Germany during World War II. Rocket fighters were limited by the operation mode of the rocket engine. They had a short range and a short loiter time, but the advantage was the powerful force, stronger than early jet engines. Therefore, rocket fighters could not perform tasks like conventional fighters. In fact, they were a kind of air defense weapon that could be deployed at airports near important cities, ready to take off and strike large bombers coming to bomb. The shape of the MiG I-270 is very similar to the Ju-248 of Germany in World War II. They both have a streamlined body with a circular cross-section, a bubble-style cockpit, a front tricycle landing gear, and a single-wing structure. But the MiG I-270 is larger than the Ju-248, and it has a T-shaped tail. The cockpit of the aircraft is pressurized by cylinders, and the power for the landing gear, all landing gear is retracted forward, and the flaps is also provided by the cylinders. The engine is the RD-2M3V, and the rear of the cockpit has 4 RFNA oxidant storage tanks, as well as 440 kilograms of kerosene and hydrogen peroxide in other containers. The engine has a main and a secondary combustion chamber, with the main combustion chamber producing 1,450 kilograms of thrust, and the secondary combustion chamber producing 480 kilograms of thrust. Generally, the main combustion chamber is used for takeoff or climb, and the secondary combustion chamber is used for cruising, which can save fuel consumption. However, its loiter time is only about 9 minutes. Because the rocket engine cannot drive a generator, a small wind turbine is installed in the nose position to provide enough power to drive the radio and other equipment. Since it is an interceptor, it must have weapons. Its main armament is 2 NS-23 23mm cannons with 40 rounds per gun, and it is also planned to mount 4 rockets under the wings. 2 MiG I-270s were built. The first one conducted unpowered flight tests in December 1946 using ballast instead of the engine, and was towed into the air by a Tu-2. It was destroyed during landing due to operational errors. The second powered prototype was also lost in 1947 due to a malfunction. After that, the Soviet Air Force canceled the MiG I-270 rocket interceptor project for 2 main reasons. On the one hand, jet engine technology made progress, and the advantage of the powerful rocket fighter was no longer present. On the other hand, the Soviet military decided to develop surface-to-air missiles to replace the rocket interceptor for point defense missions. The empty weight of the MiG I-270 interceptor was 1,564 kilograms. The maximum takeoff weight was 4,121 kilograms. The length was 8.915 meters. The wingspan was 7.75 meters. The wing area was 12 square meters. The height was 2.8 meters. The maximum flight speed was 1,000 kilometers per hour. The maximum altitude was about 17.00 meters. And it could reach an altitude of 15,000 meters in 181.25 seconds. The takeoff run was 895 meters, the landing roll was 493 meters, the loiter time was about 9 minutes, and it had a crew of 1.